Jose Mourinho has been hitting the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Here now to expand more on what's going on is betting expert Nigel Seeley. Now, it looks like Mourinho is losing the plot from his outburst on the pitch to Dr. Eva Canero, his suspended ban and fines for comments about the referee after Chelsea lost to Southampton, to his lack of response to the media following the 3-1 Liverpool loss. What is going on?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, everybody wants to know what's going on at Chelsea. Obviously, there's big problems there. He appears to have lost certain parts of the dressing room. That's the key. Eden Hazard doesn't look the player he was. Diego Costa doesn't look like the player he was. Whatever John Terry's saying in press conferences, the team are behind, there's obviously something that's gone on at the club that's really split the dressing room. But this is what he gets paid £5 million a year for, whatever he gets paid, to deal with situations like this. There's no doubt about it. You know, he's the best manager in the game, as far as I'm concerned. He's a genius. I'd love him to be the England manager. I really would. But this is a real test of his character. We know what he's like. He's quite petulant. He walks out of clubs after 3 years. If things don't go his way, he doesn't like it. But you know what? The ovation he got from Chelsea, the Stamford Bridge faithful in the game against Dynamo Kiev was spectacular. Mm-hmm. So there's no way that Chelsea faithful have lost hope in him. And once he's got that crowd on his side, Mourinho's going nowhere. But there are clearly some issues. He has to get these players playing. And I could see some big names walking out on this Chelsea side in January. And if he's still there, he has a rebuilding job. Rebuild the season. And one thing is keeping him in a job. And one thing that he's got a big, big chance on. Don't rule Chelsea out of the Champions League. I think they'll get better and better and better. And they're a side to be reckoned with still now. And if you get them players playing, there'll be a match for anyone in the knockout stages.
Yeah. Well, talking about the Champions League there, like how far do you expect, because obviously they are favoured to leave their group, how far do you see sort of Chelsea going?
Well, the first thing they've got to do is win the group, haven't they? Then they don't have to play the runners, the winners of the other group. It's very important to win the group. That's why Arsenal have always had problems before. When they come runner-up, they draw Barcelona or Bayern Munich in the last 16. Win the group, then anything's possible. You've got to remember, Chelsea won the Champions League, 3 years ago, playing some of the dullest football that I've ever seen. They just put 10 men behind the ball and grinded it out. That's what he's got to do here. And if anybody can galvanise a set of players, it's Mourinho. He's got to get one man on side, Hazard. Get him playing. They've got half a chance. But I think agents will be looking out for him. Rumours about Real Madrid never seem to go away. But if he can get them playing again, they've got a good chance. But I think a minimum quarter-finals for Chelsea in the Champions League.
All right. Now, obviously, he's not going to be there during the North London derby on Sunday. Do you think this will have a positive effect? He himself is saying that it will.
I'm not so sure. I mean, I'm not so sure. He's a powerful figure. I mean, he does all his talking, I suppose, in the dressing room. But I still think it's a big influence for him. The fixture list is tough. I mean, you look at the next few games for Chelsea. They've got Stoke away at the weekend. They've got Norwich at home, which is a winnable game. Then they play Tel Aviv. Then they have a tough game against Tottenham away. So they've got in the next 4 weeks. I think if you look at that, you could probably think they could probably win all four of those. You know, at least 10 points is achievable.
Yeah. No, it might not come as a surprise to most, but Jose Mourinho does have the shortest odds to leave post, priced 2 at Ladbrokes, and then followed by Newcastle's Steve McLaren. He's priced 3. Now, the last manager to be top of the table was, of course, Brendan Rodgers. Obviously, he left post. Should we consider that bet?
I think if you asked me a week ago, I would have said, yeah, definitely, you back it, because there was rumours that the dressing room was lost. There was rumours that some of the senior players didn't want to play for him. But in the last 7 days, and what we saw in the last night and in midweek at Stamford Bridge, is that he's going nowhere with that fan base. No way at all. Abramovich would have to be a very, very brave man to get rid of Jose Mourinho. And also, it's going to cost a lot of money to get him out of his contract. Rumours are something like £30 million. He's got a lot of problems as well in his personal life, Mourinho. I know his father's not very well. He's got a lot on his mind as well. And he looks a man who's just under a little bit of pressure. But he'll come good. He's too good a manager. For that market, I wouldn't put back Mourinho. I certainly wouldn't back Steve McLaren either, because it's up at Newcastle. Mike Ashley never sacks anybody. There's probably value further down the list in that market at some decent prices. But for me, Mourinho goes nowhere.
All right. Now, ending on a positive note here, what can they hope to achieve from this season in terms of trophies and, say, the final position on the table that you think they'll end up?
Well, first thing positive for Chelsea fans, you're not going to get relegated. You'll be all right. You'll be pleased to hear that. I think they're out of the Capital One Cup. An FA Cup run would be a good for them. I think the Champions League's gone. I think the Champions League qualification's gone. Top 6 is achievable, but I think the top 4 is out of their question. I think the Champions League is where it's all about for them. At least the quarterfinals. Don't rule them out. I mean, we could be sitting here in January time, February time, and talking about a Chelsea side that could go 12 games unbeaten. It's very capable. They could do that very easily. and then the prices you're getting now for them to win the Champions League will be half of what they are now. They've got an easy group. They've had a terrible start, we all know that, but they will get better. They've got too many good players, and Mourinho's far too good a manager to let this run continue.
All right, fantastic. Nigel Seeley, thank you for joining us today.